Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Kaba Ilco number X122 key blank for American Motors, Jeep, Renault, and Chrysler vehicles. That's what the key blank looks like. Just holding it up to the camera there as best we can to get it to focus on the blank. It says X122, and then below it I think it says PN29. Or no, forgive me, RN29. Okay. There is below this video an image called the milling profile, and that's as if you're looking down into the cylinder itself, not as if you're looking at the tip of the key blank, but from the bow down towards the tip, or if you're looking into the cylinder. So if you're holding a key blank here, you basically have to imagine that if you were to take the tip of the key blank and put it on the screen or on the catalog, that's what you're matching. So in your mind's eye, you'll have to reverse that around. But this would be the X122 key blank. Now, there is some supporting documentation that I'd like to show you about this key blank, and let's switch to the screen view now. So this is the item that we're looking at here, X122. That's the milling profile I mentioned. This link to the manufacturer's page here, if we go ahead and click on that, pull it up and go to the key blank catalog, it's about a 500-page document that will allow us to review all key blanks from Kaba Ilco. The automotive material is in section 1 of the catalog, and as I type in X122 into the catalog, it shows up 6 times in the catalog. So let's get to where we can find it. The first instance it shows up is just really a glossary. It's in section 1 on pages 523 and 124. And again, section 1 is vehicle or automotive. Okay, and here's our X122, RN129, right there. The other key blanks that are available from them in the American Motors, Jeep, Renault, they have these 5, another 5 here, and another 5 here. So 15, more than that, 16 or so different key blanks for you to review. Now, the handy thing about the catalog is that it will show you that milling profile, and while Kaba Ilco may not have the blank you want, because they don't make every blank, they're obviously making decisions based on potential sales volume of the material, or, of course, they're not manufacturing blanks that are obviously, under current patent. But you can always use this catalog to usually eliminate what it can't be, and I'll do that often. And what I mean is this. If you're not sure if it's the X122, well, that's a pretty bad example, because that's a pretty unique key blank. But if I were to be thinking about the X92 and the X85, well, I can easily distinguish that, because the X92 will have this, this ward cut in it. In that cylinder, there will be a ward. A ward is a blockage. And that key blank will have a ward cut in it, whereas the X85, while it's generally the same shape, there's certainly no ward cut in there at all. And then, of course, it appears to be thicker. The X122 is fairly unique in its orientation, in that it's the opposite orientation of the other ones in the book. So, like I said, you can use it to eliminate what it can't be. It then shows up again on page 23 under the Chrysler heading. Page 125 under the Renault heading. Then it shows up in the cross-reference. There is an X122 and a VA2. VA2, that's the Curtis part number. So this is a cross-reference in the back. And then there's also a Silca cross-reference to the X122, which is the VAC59. So the point of the matter is, if you're holding a Silca blank and you'd like to know how to convert it to Ilco, you might be able to do it in this conversion in the back of the catalog. It goes on for pages. And Control F or find function on your keyboard is a really handy way to be able to locate stuff. Let's finish up this video on camera. Okay, and in conclusion, the Kaba Ilco X122, a very high quality key blank. Kaba, pardon me, or Ilco may be the largest. I would think it's the largest manufacturer of key blanks, certainly in North America. Can't speak about Europe. It may not be in Europe, but here in the United States, Ilco is pretty common. High quality key blank, high quality company. I am a unapologetic fan of practically all cylinders from Ilco, Kaba Ilco. Just we'll say Ilco. That's what's stamped on the head. Independent Lock Company is what that stands for. For fun, there is a couple of archival catalogs back on that link to the manufacturer's page where we found the key blank catalog, one from 1972 and another from 1950. If you wanted to see what Independent Lock Company was producing at that time, those would be the documents to review. I like Ilco or Kaba Ilco because of the high quality nature of their cylinders. Almost all of it is made from solid brass, which affords a very high quality, tight fit and finish end product. But I'm also a fan of their 45 series deadbolts. They have a series of deadbolts called their 45 series, and what's notable about that is they're not only low profile, but two things make them notable. They're based on a modular system where you use mortise cylinders. You can thread in your mortise cylinders to come up with a single or a double cylinder deadbolt. They can do a classroom style. They can do a captive thumb turn style on the inside. But what is neat about that is, let's say that you have a Abloy Protec cylinder and you just want a deadbolt, but you already own the cylinder. Okay. That cylinder on that Abloy Protec, which by the way is an amazingly high security, unique platform of cylinder construction. And I've even read that you can't even 3D print those keys, that it's not possible to 3D print a key like that, although nothing's impossible, I suppose. Or maybe something less unusual, I suppose. Let's say you have some old mortise cylinders. Your house was built in 1920, and you've got some mortise cylinders that are a Corbin 99 keyway or 97 keyway. I don't know if 97 was available in 1920, but it may have been. You can buy an Ilco 45 series and thread in those old mortise cylinders. It'd be great. The other thing that's notable about the 45 series is they have 3 back sets: 2 3/4, 2 3/8, and 2-inch. Awfully handy when you have a pair of doors, let's say 2010 light French doors, and you have 4-inch styles. I had a client call one time and says, "What am I going to do? I can't find a deadbolt. I just want to lock my doors. I just want to lock my doors. This shouldn't be hard." I says, "I've got the perfect solution for you. Just superb." The other thing that's nice about those deadbolts is I did a job, a bar restaurant guy, northwest suburbs of Chicago, owns at least 3 locations that I can think of, probably more, building a new place. And for some reason, his bathroom doors, he ordered them 3-inch thick, wanted some really huge doors. So what do? He needs a deadbolt, wants to lock it up. Push-pull hardware, but at the end of the night, they literally want to lock the bathroom doors. So we were able to come up with the 45 series, and what did I do to account for the door thickness? Just used longer mortise cylinders. Easy peasy. That's how it worked out. So I'm partial to that series. Any questions on the Kaba Ilco X122 key blank or any other Kaba Ilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.